This is the Business of Leadership Series Minute with your host, the best-selling author of Don't Buy a Duck and founder of MarketingStrategyHero.com, Derek Champagne.
We've got a treat today. I'm excited. I was just talking to him. I said I've only twice had a guest on more than once. Dr. Michael Hudson is with us today. This will be the third time, and it's because he has such a great story. Founder and principal at Big Idea Guru LLC. He's a strategic advisor, consultant, and speaker who helps leaders and influencers to be heard and understood when the stakes are high. He's the host of the Get Your Message Heard podcast and a frequent guest on business communication and personal development podcasts. Michael, thanks for coming back today. I'm excited to talk to you.
Derek, it's an honor and a privilege. Thank you.
You started telling us the addiction to sugar and some things that have happened since you were on the show. Tell us more about the progression with that, because that's something you were struggling with a couple of years ago when we talked.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is a journey. This is not something
Derek, this is a roller coaster ride.
This is a lifelong journey too, right? I mean, this is not something we get figured out at 21. I wish we did. I mean, you got another 39 years of figuring it out, and you're still figuring. And we all continue. We'll figure it out, but you continue to grow. But tell us about some wins on that.
Well, and the big win is changing lives. And I won't tell you the long story, but there is a specific person who was number one. They were that first person. That when I was challenged, if you could change one person's life, would you tell the story?
Right.
They were in the first audience I ever shared the story with, and then I watched them 9 months later completely change their life because they had the same experience and they went and dealt with it, and now they're in a different place.
Yeah.
So, that's a big win. Second big win for me was I finally figured out what it meant. And that took a lot of work. I went through the graduate school program that Michael and Amy poured off for Heroic Public Speaking, which has been a major changer in my life here.
Wow. And
it requires you to write a 45 to 60 minute keynote speech and, learn more about how to deliver it better. And I was moving past my talent that I'd gotten by on for years to sort of building some craft around that. And unlocking that speech and realizing what it taught me, why it mattered, who it was for, was really powerful. Now, at the end of that program, Derek, you record a demo video. And if you go to michaelhudson.com, you can see that demo video on the speaker page. And here's the thing. The day I got that video, July 2nd, 2018, I saw the video, I watched it, and I sat there in tears. Not because of the message, not because I had finished the journey, but because I was looking at a guy who is not the guy who owns that message. I'm looking at a guy who is 75 pounds heavier than the guy who really owns that message, and the guy that I believe should have started sharing that message and dealt with it back when I was in my teens. Because I knew it had impacts at that time, all of which I fleshed out in this process.
Right.
So I made a decision. I'm going to sit down and figure out, why have I gained and lost the same 35 to 50 pounds so many times in my life? And the simple thing I discovered was, number one, I had always used cheat days in my diets. I'd eat very well 6 days a week, and the seventh day I'd eat whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
Well, that never was working.
Right.
Because and the second thing was that I never lost the weight for me. I never owned the fact that I could be small.
Hey, it's Derek Champagne. If your business right now during this crisis is concerned about your revenue streams, your existing customers, new opportunities, I want to encourage you to go to crisismarketingtoolkit.com.